I don't personally care about artificial sweeteners, but some of you guys do. So some people out there are looking for a naturally sweetened whey protein isolate, that a product that is not, in that kookiness side of the industry that is all about natural stuff. They still want performance, they still want whey protein isolate, but they're just not interested in having artificial sweeteners. So Get Raw Nutrition's raw protein is gonna be the first time I'm gonna talk about a naturally flavored protein by myself on the channel.
Welcome to PricePlow.
Not only is it naturally flavored, but it's also grass-fed, which I'll talk a little bit about how I feel about grass-fed isolates. It also includes some digestive enzymes for you to be able to digest it a little bit better. Now, who is Get Raw Nutrition? I talked about this a little bit, I think last week when I talked about their pump product. The owners of Revive MD have moved into sports nutrition as well with Get Raw Nutrition. Get Raw Nutrition is still focusing on pumps, energy, focus, sports nutrition and performance, but they're using a bit of a more natural side with this protein here. So, one of the things that I'm really impressed with these guys, if you go on their website, you can actually look up third-party testing analysis for all their products, which is really important. This year, they got into a bit of a discussion about who they use for their manufacturing. There were some people, poo-pooing on who they use, and so they stood up and they're like, guess what? It doesn't matter who we use because we have third-party testing analysis to show that the product meets label claim, and that's really what matters at the end of the day. So, let's talk about the product. I'm gonna start mixing it up to give you guys a little bit of flavor review. I have never opened this bottle before. I have never tasted it. So I'll give you an idea of what the natural flavoring tastes like while we talk about the product. One of the big claims on here is grass-fed protein. Grass-fed protein is interesting because what happens when you feed a cow grass? Well, the main change in nutrition is going to affect the fat content of the protein. Can't find this scooper in here, so I'm gonna shove my hand in here, I'm sorry. And so what's a bit oxymoronic about that? We're talking about an isolate here, which has little to no fat content, right? 0.5 grams of fat, as I still try to find this scooper in here. And so if you change the omega-3 content in that fat, you're really not changing very much. And so that's why when I talk about these products, I talk about being a lifestyle choice, because I actually was an ovo-pescatarian for 2 years, not because I think that eating meat is bad for you, but because I am that protein off my hands. Because I, like many of you, am an animal lover. I am this dog is my favorite thing in the world. She's my best friend. I love animals more than anything else in the world, probably more than training. And their health and safety matters to me. So in this case, it's more of a lifestyle choice. While it may not affect the nutritional content of the protein very much, but I think for some people that lack of animal cruelty, that fact that these cows are free ranging, as long as they're not playing with the words here, we want to believe that these cows are free ranging on grass, feeding on grass and not just grain feed, right? That feels good to know that. I think it's important for a lot of people, and it's important to me when I can utilize those kinds of products. So let's talk about the label. There's not a lot to talk about with proteins because there's not a lot of added ingredients. So a few main callouts here are, when you look at the nutrition facts, now this is chocolate. It's unfair to do this percentage off of chocolate because there's extra flavoring added to chocolates. This one includes alkalized cocoa in here, which makes it a real Dutch chocolate, to be honest with you. But if you go off of the vanilla, which is always the most fair, I always use vanilla for all these comparisons, you divide the protein content by the serving size, and you're gonna get this is about a 71% protein. Now it's a little bit low for an isolate, but considering the added ingredients to it, it makes sense. There's digestive enzymes, there's a bitter blocker in here because they use stevia. There's a large flavoring profile because it's a natural flavoring profile. 71% is not the worst thing for this, as compared to some of the other parts of the industry where you may be valuing proteins that are under 60, even under 50% protein. Think about that. This whole bottle, in that case, you'd be buying less than half of it would be protein. So happy to see that it's a decently dosed out protein. Natural flavoring systems are always gonna be a little bit larger because there's a lot more to mask. And then you have to mask the flavoring system with a bitter blocker. In this case, they utilized trehalose, which is a thickener and a bitter blocker. At the bottom, you'll notice they included lactase and papain to help break down the lactose, which, it's an isolate, so there really shouldn't be much, but I appreciate their attention to detail there, and the papain helps out with protein digestion. So, kind of hit a lot of different areas there. Testing, For accuracy, animal cruelty and stuff with the grass-fed aspect doesn't really change the nutrient values all that much, but it may matter to some of you. Digestive enzymes for digestion, and a pretty good purity rating on the product. So, we got about 8 ounces of cold water with 1 scoop of the product. I'm gonna be honest with you, I drink a lot of artificial sweeteners. All the proteins that I usually drink are artificially sweetened. So, I'm not expecting the best flavor here, but based on what it is, let's see how it goes. There's actually absolutely 0 stevia bite, which is incredibly impressive. All right, so the Trehalose that I've never seen before, but I know what it is, or I've never tried before, I should say, completely masked the stevia bitterness. It is not a super sweet milk chocolate. It is a Dutch chocolate, which has more of a stevia taste to it, with no bitterness on the end. If you like gourmet chocolate, like real good chocolate from chocolate places, not like Hershey's chocolate. I'm talking like actual chocolate. Like I don't even know how to explain this, but like real gourmet chocolate. Like you're gonna love this. This is really good in a different way than your normal milk chocolate. This is not your Ovaltine chocolate milk. I'm thoroughly impressed. Thoroughly impressed. In any case, there's not much more to talk about with proteins. 25 grams of protein isolate. Take it post-workout. Take it to add more protein to your day so you can reach your daily allotment of protein. Outside of that, there's not much else to talk about with it. It seems to be a pretty good product. It's third-party tested for accuracy, which I'm a huge fan of. It's protein. Take it, grow, feel better, right? In any case, if you have any questions about Get Raw Nutrition, you can go to our site. I think it's probably priceplow.com/raw-nutrition, I'm assuming. I'll double check that before this video goes up. If you have any questions about the product, you can ask below. I'd love to talk to you about it. They also have, I still have here from my last review, Raw Pump, which I'm a big fan of. When we talk a lot about different products from them. Big fans of what these guys are doing. High quality, great dosages, and actually third-party tested for accuracy. So, thanks guys for watching. I kept this one a little bit short, but it's just a protein video. There's not a lot of actives to talk about in here. So 8.5 minutes, not too bad. Thanks for making it to this point in the video, and have a great day.
Welcome to PricePlow.